Hello, my loves. I hope that you're doing great. This is another science video talking about reproduction in living organisms. Reproduction is the process of producing new organisms. Living things can reproduce asexually. This means that the kids or the babies come from one parent, or sexually, where two parents are engaged in the reproduction process. Let's start talking about the asexual reproduction. Paramecium bacteria are organisms that reproduce asexually. They reproduce by binary fission, which is an example of asexual reproduction. We talked in class about regeneration, about budding in hydra. And let's see. So by binary fission, one organism produces two identical daughter cells. Since this reproduction involves one parent, one organism, so this is an asexual reproduction. During asexual reproduction or during binary fission, this organism grows and then the cross walls or a constriction appears in the middle to split the cell into two daughter cells. So one parent producing two daughter cells. And again, this is an asexual reproduction since it requires the engagement of one parent only. What about sexual reproduction? As we said, it involves the engagement of two parents. The females produce the ova, an ovum. Males produces or reproduce the sperm cells. Together, males and females give the zygote. So this is the fertilization process when the sperm fertilizes an ovum to make an egg cell or a zygote. So again, the female cell, which is the ovum, fertilizes or combines with the male sex cell, the male reproductive cell, which is the sperm, to make a zygote. This egg cell, the zygote, and we all started inside our mom's bodies as zygote, one cell egg cell. This cell will develop and grow into an embryo. This embryo will grow into a baby. This period, this duration, or during this time, the baby is growing, and this is called the gestation period. Gestation period is for 9 months in people, for people, and it depends on the species. So it's different between mammals. At the end, viviparous animals like us, we are viviparous. We do not lay eggs, but we give birth. We give birth to babies. This is why we are considered as viviparous animals. Viviparous animals such as elephants, horses, people, sheep, they reproduce by giving or first of all, they reproduce sexually. Fertilization happens inside the female's body. The female goes through gestation. So the baby is growing inside the female's body. And at the end of the gestation period, the female gives birth to a baby. This is in mammal. What about birds? Birds, they do not give birth for sure. They lay eggs, so they are oviparous. Fertilization happens in the female's body, inside the female's body. The female lays the eggs. This is stage 2 or process number 2. The egg shows different parts, and each part has a function in the development process and the reproduction process. Let's start with the germ spot that will grow into an embryo and then a chick. So we're talking here about chicken. The yolk, which is the yellow part, it is the source of food, and this part is protected by the albumin. The albumin provides the embryo with water and proteins. The shell membranes protect the embryo from virus, for example, and the shell, which is the outside of an egg, it is porous and it lets air or oxygen enter the egg so the embryo can breathe. As I said, the shell for oxygen, shell membrane for protection, albumin protects the yolk. It is a source for protein and water. The yolk is the source of food for the embryo. After 21 days of incubation, so the mom, the female bird, needs to give the right temperature for the embryo to grow inside an egg. After 21 days, it's the hatching of the egg. Okay, let's go for some questions before we start our new lesson. What type of reproduction is this? What is the mode of reproduction represented in this diagram? Okay, I'll give you some time to answer. Okay, great. So look, it is one organism right here producing two organisms, 1, 2. Since we started with one parent, so it is an asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction that requires the involvement of one parent. What are the two cells engaged in the fertilization process? What are the two cells? The two reproductive cells? Yes, A, these are the sperms, B, the ova. Now we're going to talk about reproduction of insects. Insects reproduce sexually, like birds and mammals. And fertilization happens inside the female's body, and then the female insect lays eggs on the leaves of plants. Let's take the example of the bugs. The female bug lays eggs. It is oviparous. Bugs are insects. Also, ladybugs are insects too. The female ladybug lays eggs. The butterfly is another example of insects. The female butterfly lays eggs on the leaves. Bugs, ladybugs, butterflies are examples of insects. They are oviparous animals. They lay eggs, and one embryo grows inside each egg. So this is the egg. Right here, there's something that looks, a creature that looks like worm, which is the caterpillar. It goes out of the egg and enters the active stage. Why do we call it the active stage? Right here, during this stage, the larva stage, the caterpillar grows fast, eats first of all the shell of the egg, it eats the leaves, it grows very fast, and it changes its exoskeleton. We'll talk about this in a few. So all growth happens in this stage. So it is an active stage. The caterpillar is eating, is growing, and then the caterpillar needs a break. So it enters the pupa stage, which is the resting stage. Right here, the caterpillar spins a chrysalis or a cocoon around itself and stays in it. Inside the pupa, the caterpillar grows legs, antennae, and as I said, is preparing itself to become an adult insect. This is the last stage of a butterfly life cycle. The baby goes out from the chrysalis or the cocoon and transforms in a few days to an adult butterfly. Again, egg, larva, pupa, adult. The exoskeleton. So insects do not have bones like we do. What protects their bodies? They are covered with an exoskeleton from the outside, okay? The exoskeleton doesn't let them grow. So they need to change it. Okay, let's think of our clothes. Do clothes grow with us when we grow? No, they don't. So we need to buy new clothes each time we grow in size, right? This is what insects do. They remove the old exoskeleton and they grow a new one. That's what we call molting. This is molting, okay? Egg, larva, pupa, adult. What is molting? It is the shedding of this exoskeleton. Insects shed their exoskeleton 4 to 5 times before going into the pupa stage. All of this change, look at the caterpillar. Does the baby butterfly look like the big butterfly? No, it changes a lot. This change is called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. Okay, the whole change is called metamorphosis. During metamorphosis, or one of the changes is that the insect sheds its exoskeleton. This is for today's lesson. Okay, what are the different stages of a butterfly's life cycle of most of the insects? Egg, larva, pupa, and adult. Egg stage, larva stage, pupa stage, adult stage. In each stage, some changes happen. The egg stage, we know that the female lays eggs on the leaves, okay? And inside each egg, we have one larva. This larva hatches out of the egg. It eats leaves, it eats the shell of its egg, it grows very fast, and it changes its exoskeleton. It sheds the exoskeleton. We say that the insect molt. The pupa stage, it is the resting stage. The insect is taking a rest. And during the pupa stage, the caterpillar sheds or molts for the last time. It removes its exoskeleton for the last time, and the insect spins a cocoon or a chrysalis around itself. And when the insect is ready, it leaves its cocoon and become an adult insect. Molting is when the insect sheds its exoskeleton and grows a new one, changing the exoskeleton. Metamorphosis is the whole process of transformations and changes that insects go through during their life cycle. Okay, a short lesson. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you still have any questions, I'm available to answer. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.